Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail. It might look like I'm sipping matcha tea in a Kyoto tea house.
But no, we're in what's often referred to as Little Kyoto.
That's right. We're in Kanazawa, a big bustling city on the Sea of Japan and just 3 hours by Shinkansen from Tokyo.
So we're going to find out why Kanazawa is a worthwhile destination and why it might be a good alternative to the crowds of Kyoto.
And we'll take a look at a variety of spaces and places that define this culturally rich city.
Some quite ancient, but others ultra-modern.
And we'll refuel ourselves with some unique Kanazawa dishes.
So let's get going. Most people will arrive by train, and Kanazawa Station is the first hint of great things to come. Designed in 2005 by architect Ryuzo Shirai, the station blends the modernity of the steel and glass Motonashi Dome and a tradition of the Suzumi-mon Gate.
A 25-minute walk north brings us to the Higashi Chaya District. Higashi Kuruwa is one of 3 historic geisha house districts in Kanazawa, and today it is definitely a tourist destination with many chaya or geisha houses converted to gift shops and restaurants. However, you can feel an authentic chaya in the 200-year-old Shima Ochiya.
And it's a great place to sit down in a calm tea room atmosphere for a matcha tea and some very beautiful sweets.
Kanazawa can be translated as the swamp of gold, and true enough, the city is home to all of Japan's gold leaf production. There's a gold leaf museum and many gold shops near Higashi Chaya. And there's nothing quite like a gold leaf ice cream cone.
I'm a big sake fan, and while there's several sake breweries in the Higashi Chaya District, the Fukumitsuya Sake Brewery is a big cut above with tastings of some very exquisite Junmai Jaijingo sake. It's not an inexpensive tasting, but if sake is your jam, then it's well worth it.
Just across the Asanagawa River is another geisha house district, the Kazue-machi Chaya District. Lined with ryokans and tea houses, this one is a lot quieter. Dusk is a good time to stroll its narrow alleys and the riverside path.
It's back to the Higashi Chaya District for an old-school cafe-style dinner at Jiyuken. This place has been here since 1909, and it likely has the same yoshuku, westernized Japanese menu served to geishas and clients who frequented this place throughout the years. I'm having katsui curry, which is a pork cutlet on rice with curry and a fried egg.
And I'm having their grilled chicken made super juicy with a special garlic sake marinade of garlic, soya sauce, and shochu. It's such a fun place with a great atmosphere and down-to-earth food.
It's a new day and time for something completely different, and that has to be the Kanazawa 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art. Designed by architects Kazuyo Sejima and Ryo Nishizawa of Sana, the building is remarkable as a museum for being a fully transparent circle that allows entrance from any number of doors set around its circular form. The concept is a museum open to the city like a park. Definitely worth visiting just to experience the building, but inside are challenging, humorous, head-scratching, and also entertaining contemporary art pieces.
Just around the corner from the museum is the Paul Bocuse Brasserie. For us, it's a not-to-be-missed lunch stop, not just because Paul Bocuse is one of France's legendary chefs. Back in 1991, David and I celebrated our honeymoon at Paul Bocuse's Michelin 3-star restaurant in Lyon, France. We found this Bocuse franchise quite by accident and were oh so lucky to snag a same-day reservation. We were treated to a lovely multi-course lunch blending French cuisine with Japanese ingredients. It brought back many memories of our 35-plus years traveling the globe together.
Temples and shrines come in many forms and styles. The DT Suzuki Museum is dedicated to the prominent Buddhist philosopher Daisetsu Suzuki. Designed by Yoshio Taniguchi, this 2011 complex offers a quiet contemplative space to spend an hour or two learning about DT Suzuki or simply admiring the reflective pools. Kanazawa is a remarkably walkable city. Everything we are showing you is within a 35-minute walk of the train station. That includes the next two places we'll visit. Both are, without a doubt, premier destinations that all visitors should include in their itinerary. We're heading up the hill to Kanazawa Castle Park.
The castle was headquarters for the Kaga domain from the late 1400s to the start of the Meiji Restoration in 1871. What we see today are largely reconstructions of various castle buildings, and that work continues with the massive reconstruction of the Ninomaru Palace and the Omotemuki Reception Hall.
In Western countries, reconstructions are generally frowned upon, but in Japan it is a normalized conservation method. Now, admittedly, it is much more compelling to walk through a building than to observe a set of ruins. Now, the displays inside the buildings describe in great detail the research and construction techniques contributing to the accuracy of these reconstructions. There's a lot to learn here, and we particularly enjoyed the hands-on displays of the intricate wood joinery so typical of Japan's traditional architecture.
Just across the street from the castle park is one of Japan's finest gardens, Kenroku-en. It's one of 3 notable or perfect gardens in Japan, and it is indeed a superbly beautiful and tranquil place to while away an afternoon, just as the feudal lords who built it did during the Edo period. This is not a sit-and-look type of garden. Kenroku-en is meant for walking. It's designed for strolling along winding paths, alongside streams, around ponds, and up and down hills. So let's do just that.
Time to squeeze in one last museum, the National Crafts Museum, before heading off for one final night walk back to our hotel.
We've had a fantastic couple of days in Kanazawa. Is this a reasonable substitute for Kyoto? We think it could be. Kyoto is definitely a beautiful place, but it's also on every tourist's must-see itinerary. And it's hard to escape the massive crowds of tourists there, packing all those sites.
We were in Kanazawa in early November, which might have been a factor, but the sites here were much less crowded. We definitely would come back to Kanazawa again. There's much more to discover in Kanazawa than our 2 days here allowed.
Oh yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our tour around Kanazawa. If you did, we'd love to see that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, we'd love it if you subscribe to Travel Intently.
And feel free to leave a comment. Kanazawa? Kyoto? Where would you go?